Hello everyone, Man of Interest here with a pretty simple This Week in Keyboards. Sorry if I sound a bit under the weather, I don't particularly feel so hot today, but the show must go on. We only have a small handful of topics, so everything should be easy, breezy, and simple today. Speaking of easy, it's easy to order from the sponsor of this episode, Novel Keys. Over on Novel Keys, you can grab yourself one of their awesome desk pads that they still have in stock, like the awesome Space Cadet, Nautilus, or the collabs with the designer Sour. You can use my promo code Huey for 5% off your order. Check out those desk mats in the link down below. Bam! Okay, let's get into the keycap news for this week. Starting off, we have GMK Honey that was designed by Holly Callis and currently running on Canon keys. This set features a rich golden yellow for the base of this kit with some nice whites. In case of the yellow in this set, it isn't intense enough that it really is blinding, which is pretty good. There's also the alternative Alphas kit if you really want to crank up that yellow. This set will be running until April 1st and will cost you $134.99 per base kit. Estimated delivery, November 2020. I appreciate the novelties and how on point they are for this set. The set isn't for me, but not because I hate it. I actually wouldn't mind a set like this. The only issue is at this point, I couldn't imagine it being anywhere in my collection where it could beat out another set on that keyboard that I already own and love. For many looking for a nice yellow set, this is probably the one for you, unless you want to wait for another round of Serica or Lux. Next up from our good friend Tyson is GMK Ashes, which is currently running through a plethora of vendors and proxies. Priced at approximately $130, this set features two cool RAL grays with GMK's CR color as the accent. It leads to some very chalky, smoky, and then, of course, an ashy colorway. I've seen time and time again sets with darker alphas than modifiers, and for me it's like the uncanny valley of keyset design. On the other hand, I think going with lighter alphas would be the move to go for getting that kit. So, if you look at that, you may notice there's a second tab in the Alternatives Alphas kit, aka the Ghost kit. I asked, Tyson and everyone else, why? Well, the short answer is you're able to recycle your modifiers for another set. It's a trend Zamumon has pioneered, and it seems to be continuing in other sets as well. While this isn't the set for me, maybe not a bad set for you to consider picking up. Our next topic is an Interstech. It's GMK Rouge by Amir, which we can see over here in this photo. It's kind of where is it? Hold on. Let me zoom in. Well, no, but still a bit too far. Just give me a second. Yeah, I could barely make it out, so had to bust out the big guns. Hold on, let me really just tune this in so I can see it. Almost there. Starting to come into view. Oh, okay. Okay. I see what we're working with now. Okay, much better. But joking aside, this set takes some dark purples and throws them together. While I'm not the biggest fan of the 1 through 4 accent colors, which is kind of the make of this set, the main colors themselves aren't the worst of the sets I've seen. While I understand the inspiration for the heart over the 2 coming from an old pad printed key, I still think if this is going to be a modern double shot version, it should line up with the rest of the number legends. I don't think it's worth having it be like that for the sake of being quirky or anything. The sideways number symbol that GMK uses for the 3 is the correct kind of quirky. The misaligned heart just seemed to be trying a bit too hard. But regardless of all of that, this is definitely, in my opinion, one of the better sets Amir has IC'd in terms of colors, and I don't hate the general colorway. People like purples in this community, and purples are typically a pretty cool way to go. Maybe if those renders were tuned down a bit, everything would be good, but I guess that's just the vibe Amir is chasing. The set is expected to run through TX Keyboards for those of us here in the US, so stay tuned for that. Next up, over on Novel Keys, is a set that a lot of people have been looking forward to. GMK Taro Round 2 by P-Wade 3. The group buy will be running until March 27th, and the base kit is available at a handsome $110. Estimated shipping date, also in November. It's a nice purple set that I personally have regrets missing out on Round 1. It's weird because despite those regrets, I find it hard to pull the trigger on Round 2. The set's deep purples really make it for me though, and going with either just the base or base with boba alphas seems to be an absolutely A+ move, although I'd probably be happy with just the base kit. The novelties kit is pretty cute. I'm just not sure if it's $45 cute. It's an amazingly thematic way to represent the set with fun and lightheartedness that it's cool. It's great. Of all the sets launching around this time, this is definitely one of the strongest contenders. The last Keyset news topic is the group buy for SA Sale, also over on Novel Keys. This set was designed by Fredington and actually inspired by the Stanford AI Lab, not the song by AWOL Nation. Combining the alphas and the modifiers will cost you $155, but that shouldn't be too much of a surprise considering SA pricing. The sublegends are, in my opinion, beautiful and really speak for this set quite loudly. Going with a simple dual colorway was probably the best route. I'm not a fan of SA, but if I had to judge this set, I would judge it by the criteria of, could I imagine this set on a vintage Lisp machine or Space Cadet equivalent? You know what? I think I could, and in that respect, it's a bit special. Let's move on to some keyboard group buys. First, we have the group buy for the Lyra by Alex Barb. It's certainly an interesting board. Essentially, you take a 40% and you add a proportionally sized numpad / macro pad on either the left or right side. This ran on the first of the month with a 50 unit MOQ, and it's going to be a one run and done keyboard. The keyboard's case certainly isn't the worst looking, and the plate is tray mounted, but with all the mounting points being along the edges, which if you're going to do a tray mount, that's probably the best way to do a tray mount design. The Lyra will feature a 70-75 CNC aluminum enclosure, 6-degree typing angle, USB-C PCB available in left or right number pad orientations, a single RGB LED, and it will be Cerakoted a variety of available colors. So, how much are these cases going for? $260, and that's going to be for the case, PCB, and a black POM plate. Honestly, that's not too shabby if you're in to type on this kind of keyboard. The Lyra will be running until the 22nd of the month, and so if it's a keyboard for you, it's not a bad price for the package you get if you can live without layouts. That's the big thing. That's the big thing. The next topic is the interest check for the Bliss TKL by Ellie. It'll feature the DK Saver layout, aka the F13 TKL layout, with both WinKey and WinKeyless tops available. It'll feature either a full or half plate with a custom pink PCB by Martin Watts, and a customizable name badge as well. The cable will be a fixed cable, which could be interesting depending on what connector we get to have. For now, we just have these two renders, so I guess everyone will be curious on how the renders of different colors will turn out, as well as more information like maybe weight or typing angle. Last in the news was a keyboard that was gone like 60 seconds, I think. Or like, yeah, definitely a minute or less. You know it. It's the Jubi by Poner. This $450 board ran on February 28th, and all 50 units were just snatched up like that. It ran on switch plate peripherals with an ETA of 4 to 6 months for shipping. So, what are the specs of a board that all 50 units sold out so quickly? 6-degree typing angle, 60-63 aluminum, 17mm front height, seamless sides, top mounted or PCB mounted for the mounting, semi-fixed aluminum plates. The PCB is a WT70A by Wilba, so you know it's VIA compatible and quality. Overall, most of the sides and back look very simple, but in a good way. The front lip angle is pretty nice, and I like those WinKeyless blockers. Too bad no HHKB blockers. The two columns for macro keys are going to be a big plus for a lot of people. While I don't know if this will run again in the future, I kind of hope it will. Having that dual mounting option is a cool feature I hope to see not only in this board again, but in different boards in the future. Also, I couldn't get it this month because I couldn't stomach that $450 price point, considering the fact that I just purchased 2 GMK sets and I have more purchases I need to make in the coming weeks. But still, that's life. That's it for the news, but I have one last thing to say, which is a tremendous thank you to everyone here, because I just crossed the 5,000 YouTube subs threshold. It's been a slow and steady climb, so thank you everyone who's watched my content, liked it, and subscribed. And if you haven't and you would like to support me, you know, feel free to sub and hit that like button, ding ding ding. Otherwise, if you want to go the extra mile, I have a Patreon and Coffee link. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy my content and enjoy my future content that's going to be coming out soon. I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much. See you in the next one. Oh, but in a random note, I just got like the HHKB traveling kit. It's pretty cool. A slanted case, which is weird, right? And actually a pretty quality wrist rest, to be honest. Because I got brand new HHKB. Cool cover. Maybe I'll cover this in some future content. We'll see. Ciao.